Hello friends, welcome to Big Data Testing video series. In the previous video, I had explained about validating the Hive output. In this video, I am going to explain about validating MapReduce and Pig outputs. Before starting the session, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ganesh Hegde, working as Senior Engineer at Kpro Solution Private Limited. Kpro is a leading provider in data lake, cloud implementation, IoT, blockchain, data science, artificial intelligence, deep learning, and mobile application development. This is going to be the agenda for today's session. In the beginning, I will be introducing MapReduce. Then we will see high-level architecture of MR job, that is MapReduce job. Then we will see steps to test MR job, then running MR job, introduction to Pig, high-level architecture of Pig, and finally we will see test area in Pig. MapReduce is a framework which allows us to perform parallel and distributed processing on large dataset in a distributed environment. MapReduce contains two tasks, map task and reducer task. During execution, map task get executed first and then reducer task will start. Let us understand this flow with an example. This is an example wherein we are giving an input to the word count program. When the input is provided to the program, it is splitted into multiple blocks and map task will be executed on that. Map will count each word. Map will assign value 1 to each word, and then shuffling and sorting activity takes place. And then reducer task will start, which will count each word, and final result will be provided. In this case, map task will execute first. When it is finished, then reducer task will start. In between, there is a shuffling and sorting happens. Let us see test steps in MR validation. During the execution, the MapReduce job need to be run multiple times. MapReduce job actually contains a jar file, and this can be executed with this command hadoop jar and the file name. Then the class name need to be provided with the path, and finally the output file path. Once the job is submitted, it can be monitored through Mapr or Ambari or Cloudera Manager according to the Hadoop distribution which is being used in the cluster. And it will give some useful information like how much resource is consumed in the cluster, like that. And then we can see the debug messages of the MR job, if any, by looking at log files. So these are very important to understand how the MapReduce job is executed. Then finally, we will check the output. If it is produced in the file or in the table, we will check whether all the requirements are followed in the output or not. That's all from MapReduce standpoint. Now let us see what is Pig. Pig is another member of Hadoop ecosystem. Apache Pig is an abstraction over MapReduce. So it is a tool or a platform which is used to analyze larger set of data, representing them as a data workflow. We can perform all the data manipulation related activities with Apache Pig. It provides a Pig Latin script through which we can deal with the data. This Pig Latin script provides provide all the operators and comparison operators, etc., to develop functions and do complicated activity on the data. This big Latin script will be converted into MapReduce job during the execution and executed like any other MapReduce job. Let us understand high-level architecture of pig. Pig Latin script, when it is submitted, it will be parsed and then compiled, then optimized, and execution plans are defined. Then it is sent to MapReduce engine. Then it is converted to MapReduce and sent to MapReduce engine. And the MapReduce will be executed on the cluster using HDFS data. Let us see the test area in pig. Test the script by providing the correct schema for the input file tuples and then validate the scenarios where the actual data is not as per the given schema for some tuples. You can examine the pig script data flow with debugging operators like explain and illustrate. Validate the null value fields in the input file and output file. These are the few test areas which are identified for pig output validation or pig operations validation. That's all from today's session. Let me quickly summarize what are the things I have covered. First, I had given an introduction to MapReduce. Then we have seen high-level architecture for MR. Then we have seen steps to test MR job. Then running MR job steps. Then I have given introduction to pig. Then we have seen high-level architecture. And finally we have seen test area in pig. In the next session, I will be explaining about validating scope operations and validating UZI jobs like workflow, coordinator, and bundle jobs. Kindly provide your valuable feedback as comment and let us know if you want us to make any video of or any issue which you are facing in your project. You may write us at feedback@kpro.co.in. Please visit our YouTube channels like blockchain, cloud, data science, etc. to learn different technologies. You may follow us at on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube to get the latest updates. Thank you very much. Let's keep learning.